Niggas love to keep it real. Real dumb.
That idea that the guy who's been arrested, who's spent time, who's been out there in the gangs, who's had confrontations with the police, who really doesn't give a F, that's the real brother. That's the real black man, right? That whole phenomenon is connected to this wailing of the word nigga, is to MF this and MF that all the time, to bitch, they're all connected. See, nigga is just the beginning. See, what we always have to remember is this is product. You've got to always remember that this is product. And that there were characters in the minstrel shows in the 19th century who were just like these guys today. Because they had characters like Jasper Jack, who were full of sass, didn't put up with this and that, but they were coon figures. And that's what's happening now, is these people are like, this is a coon update. And it's not because these kids are monsters, it's because they're naive.
Well, I think hip-hop is more about just being truthful about the things that goes on around you. Or at least my hip-hop is, the things that I affiliate myself with. So if it's a truthful experience, it's almost like saying, can you tell Barbara Walters or Ted Koppel not to report the way it's going down, to tell the truth.
To hear the truth of what's happening in our social behavior or in our political space, in a record, is offensive to many people. But it's necessary sometimes.
Even Q-Tip had a song called Suck a Nigga, in which he defended the use of the word nigga in such a way that it has been adopted by the black culture, particularly hip-hop. I'm not necessarily in agreement with that. It's a reality, but I think it's a reality that needs to be changed.
The youth, the hip-hop generation is turning negatives into positives. All we're trying to do is do something positive and stuff like that. That's all we want is positivity. So we turn what you give to us that's negative, we turn it into positives. The hip-hop generation, we say nigga, that's us. That's what we do.
I see hip-hop as a positive cultural phenomenon that has transcended the history of white supremacy, the history of racism, the history of pitting one group against another group because of skin color, the history of class assignment in terms of some for the privileged, some for permanent poverty. I think hip-hop breaks all that up. Now, you got to do more than just shatter the reality of what you may see as unjust. You got to fill the void with something positive. And to me, the artists that have the attention and the mind of young people, they have a responsibility.
I do think it's used too commonly. I can understand where it would be used every once in a while because it is, an expression. But I refuse to believe that it has to be used as frequently as I've heard it used in some songs. For someone to call themselves an artist, I would think that they would have more creativity and be able to find other ways to express what they're feeling rather than using that word repeatedly.
I do believe that the N-word is used too commonly in rap music. It's taking something from out of the private sphere and bringing it to the public, something that not necessarily should be shared with the public.
There's a lot of different kinds of rap music. Some is more socially conscious than others. I make a distinction between hip-hop and rap music. I think when it's used in a socially conscious hip-hop song, then it's fine. I think when it's used in more of a mainstream song, that it's probably not being dealt with on any real intellectual level and that it shouldn't be used.
The major question that lies before us is this. Is the fact that perhaps 100 black people at this point have become millionaires through this denigrating material worth the impact that it's had on black youth and on American society and on the international image of younger black people?
Well, I believe it's basically done already changed for younger people. I don't believe it's changed for people that's like in their 40s or in their late 30s. I don't think that the meaning nigga to them mean the same thing that it means to a younger generation.
A lot of young people today don't know too much about what that word means. A lot of people died due to that word.
I think it done set us back 100,000 years because that was a word we was trying to get around back in the day.
My grandmother uses it like that nigga over there, or that's a funny nigga, and I don't know, when she grew up, that was the word she was fighting for.
The derogatory connotation and meaning of it still sits poorly with my spirit, my soul.
So are you personally conflicted about the use of this word? Because nigga is used on all your records.
Yeah, I'm personally conflicted, definitely. But you know, everything that I make isn't for kids, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just more about, in that respect, it's about, you know, the parents explaining it to the kids if they're gonna let the kids listen to certain things, you know what I'm saying? And make sure it's used in the proper tense, even though there is no proper tense for the word nigga, you know what I'm saying?